Time is back with another LensSense video, and today I'm going to be discussing a few things that I do, what I don't do when I'm out there purchasing fragrances. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Alright, the first thing I love to do when I'm going out looking for fragrances is I like using the discounter stores, Fragrance X, Fragrance Buy, FragranceNet.com, Max Aroma, eBay, Amazon. Go to those first before you go just spending your money at the retail stores, the department stores. You're going to save yourself a lot of money that way. However, I love going to the department stores, the retail stores, the Sephoras, the Ultas. I like going there to sample things out. So I'll go to a Sephora or Ulta, spray on a few different fragrances, go throughout my day, smell them. You get the opening, you get the dry down, you get the performance, you get to see if it projects at all. And then you can go from there. A lot of times if you go to a Sephora and you see some of their fragrances, sometimes you'll see like a Versace Eros for about $60 for like a 1.7 ounce. But if you go to the discounter stores, you're going to see them usually for about $20 less. And if you're lucky, you might even see them at the rag stores for even cheaper. So definitely look at the rag stores and your discounter stores before you look at the department stores. 2, with TJ Maxx, with the rag stores, most of the times you will get a fragrance that's at least comparable to the discounter stores. But if they're real close in price, if the discounter store is a little cheaper, like $5, just go on and grab it at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or Burlington or Ross. At least you'll have it right then and there. You don't have to wait. Don't have to wait for USPS to go lose your package or whatnot. I've had that happen to me a number of times where packages say they'll be here 1 day or 2 days, and next thing you know, they're not here for another 2 weeks. So, but only if the prices are reasonable. If they're real close to each other, just go on and grab it at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or wherever you shop. When to use Fragrance Net over Fragrance X or anywhere else? Well, with Fragrance X, I believe they don't have a minimum spending option to get free shipping. So if you're only looking for like one bottle that's maybe like $35, definitely go on and use Fragrance X. But most of the times Fragrance Net is still a little cheaper than Fragrance X. So if you're gonna spend more than $59, just go with FragranceNet.com. Only thing I can say is I think Fragrance X has a little bit better shipping than Fragrance Net. But other than that, as far as pricing, Fragrance Net wins all the time. Now, FragranceBuy.ca, they've been having a lot of good deals lately. Only thing with them is that they only ship out to the U.S. on Mondays. And you do gotta buy at least 5 bottles if you want free shipping. So, just something to think about when you're buying fragrances online at the discounter stores and whatnot. Another thing I like to do, if you buy something, you buying something and you do not like it, instead of just trying to get rid of it or sell it, try to look at a Facebook group and see if someone is looking for that particular fragrance that you do not like. There's a possibility you can trade that fragrance to someone else who wants it, and they can trade you something of theirs, and then technically you'd only be coming out of shipping. So, for instance, there's a few bottles that I really don't like. Like wasn't too big of a fan of one of the Alexandria fragrances anymore. But instead of selling it, I got something that I've been looking for in return for that one. And basically, I've only had to pay shipping. So before you try to sell your stuff or get rid of it or give it to someone else, look on some Facebook group pages and just try to trade that way. I think that's the best way to go. Another thing, if you are going to buy a cologne of something, buy a clone of something that is so high that you just can't afford it or you don't feel like spending $100-some. If the bottle that you're looking for is about $60 and you want a clone of something of that price, just go on and save the money and just get the $60 bottle. At least with that, you'll get the nice presentation and everything like that. I'll give you a good example. Alexandria Fragrances, they make awesome clones. If I can get Dior Homme Intense for about $50 and they made their clones and they were about $25, I would save the $50 to get the Dior Homme Intense bottle. The Dior Homme bottle just looks much better than the clone. They probably last the same amount. They probably got the same projection, same performance. But I'd rather have that Dior Homme Intense bottle rather than the Alexandria fragrance bottle. So, like I said, if you're going to get a cologne, let it be a cologne of something that is just so expensive that you probably can't afford it. Another thing I like to do, if I'm planning on buying in bulk, and this goes for people who maybe don't have that much money to spend right away, or are just trying to build their collection. What I like to do is use payment options like Afterpay or Klarna. Those allow you to split up your payments in 4 payments. So you can go out there, spend about $200, use the Klarna app or the Afterpay app, and it'll break that $200 in 4 separate payments. So you'll end up paying the first payment up front, which would be about $50, and then over the next course of 6 weeks, you just pay the difference. And there is no interest, I believe. I believe it's all just taken from the $200. So definitely use that if you're planning on buying a lot. If you don't have the money to just go out and splurge and get $200 worth of stuff, use the Afterpay Klarna app. Definitely use those apps. Another thing I like to do, there is an app on, for sure, Google Play Store. I'm not sure if it's on the Apple Store, but if it is, look for it. It's called Perfume Mist. It's almost like Fragrantica, but it's in app form, and you can look up almost any fragrance on there. They'll have a note breakdown, tell you when it was released, what the, a lot of times there's reviews on it too as well. So definitely look out for that app in your store. Again, it's called Perfume Mist. Another thing I like to do, I don't actually like to get fragrances based off of what other people think. Because again, remember, other people might think something different than what you think. For instance, I've got a bottle of Mont Blanc Individual. Big hype machine, hype beast. But me personally, I don't actually enjoy it. I think, for instance, Salvatore Ferragamo F Black is better than that. There's other fragrances that are better than that. But I bought it because of all the hype. So, me personally, what I like to do is try to get a hold of different notes. Smell some oils if you can. Smell ylang ylang oils. Smell orange oils. Smell lemon oils. Smell those if you can find those. Smell those first. See what you like. Then look at some fragrances based off notes. You can look at it that way. So, for me personally, tobacco is one of my favorite notes in all fragrances. So, therefore, I'll look at some fragrances with tobacco. Another thing I like to do is I like to spray my fragrance onto my beard brush. If you have hair on top, I don't have hair, but if you have hair, put it on your hairbrush, spray it into there, comb it, especially if you got a nice thick beard too, or any kind of beard. You spray it into your beard, you're gonna get that whiff every day, like all day. Like, so if that wind's blowing, you're gonna get a nice whiff. So definitely do that. That's another thing I like to do. Another thing I like to do when I'm buying my fragrances, definitely be on the lookout on eBay, because sometimes eBay will have the cheapest prices. However, don't look at someone that's got a low rating. Always look at that rating first